Have you ever wondered what it would be like to explore some of the most haunted places in the world? Well, you're in luck today because we're taking a chilling journey through some of Canada's most haunted locations. From eerie castles to ancient forts, the supernatural history of this vast country will send shivers down your spine. Canada's rich history and unique mix of cultures have left behind some incredibly spooky stories. Whether you're a skeptic or a true believer in the paranormal, these haunted spots will definitely make you think twice. So, if you love a good ghost story and enjoy exploring the unknown, grab your flashlight and let's take a tour of the most haunted places across Canada. 10. The Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel, Banff, Alberta. Our first stop is the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel in Banff, Alberta. Often referred to as the Castle in the Rockies, this beautiful hotel is one of Canada's most famous and reportedly haunted places. Built in 1888, the hotel has a long history, and with history comes some eerie tales. One of the most well-known ghost stories involves the spirit of a bride who tragically fell down the hotel's staircase on her wedding day. Many guests and staff claim to have seen her ghost wandering the hallways in her wedding dress. Other reported hauntings include the ghost of a bellman in uniform, and even sightings of strange figures in the hotel's ballrooms. If you're ever staying at this historic hotel, you might just find yourself sharing a room with a ghost. 9. The Old Spaghetti Factory, Vancouver, British Columbia. Next, we're heading to Vancouver, British Columbia, to visit one of the city's most famous haunted restaurants, the Old Spaghetti Factory. Located in a building that dates back to the early 1900s, this spot is rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a former restaurant worker who passed away in an accident on the premises. People claim to hear footsteps, the sound of dishes clattering when no one is around, and even see strange apparitions. Some diners have reported feeling a cold chill in the air, especially when passing by the old wine cellar. If you're up for a spooky meal, this could be the place for you. 8. The Ghost Train of Stanley Park, Vancouver, British Columbia. While we're still in Vancouver, we can't forget about one of the city's most famous hauntings, the Ghost Train of Stanley Park. Stanley Park is one of Vancouver's most beloved spots, but it's also home to one of its most spine-chilling stories. The Ghost Train is a haunted ride through the park that's become legendary among locals. The haunting is linked to an accident in the early 20th century when a man named Robert MacDonald was struck by a train while working. It's said that his restless spirit now haunts the park, and many people claim to hear the sounds of train whistles or the sight of a ghostly train speeding through the dark forest. 7. The Chateau Laurier, Ottawa, Ontario. Moving on to Ottawa, we find the Chateau Laurier, a stunning hotel that dates back to the early 1900s. This beautiful building, with its grand turrets and Gothic style, is known not just for its elegance, but for its paranormal activity. The most famous ghost of the Chateau Laurier is that of Lady Aylmer, a former guest who tragically passed away in the hotel in the 1920s. Guests and staff have reported seeing her ghost wandering the halls, particularly in room 173. Other mysterious occurrences include flickering lights, strange cold spots, and the sound of footsteps when no one is around. The Chateau Laurier is certainly a place with a lot of history and a few lingering spirits. 6. The Mackenzie House, Toronto, Ontario. For those of you who love the darker side of history, the Mackenzie House in Toronto is a must-visit. This historic building was once the home of William Lyon Mackenzie, the first mayor of Toronto. The house is now a museum, but it's also known for being one of the most haunted locations in the city. The most famous ghost here is that of William Lyon Mackenzie himself. Many visitors report hearing strange sounds, seeing flickering lights, and even experiencing a sense of being watched while touring the house. Some say they felt a cold presence in certain rooms or caught glimpses of a figure in the windows. If you're interested in Canadian history and ghost stories, this place is perfect for you. 5. The Bell Inn, Ontario. Located in the quaint town of Maberly, Ontario, the Bell Inn is one of the oldest inns in the area, dating back to the early 1800s. Over the years, many people have reported strange occurrences, including hearing disembodied voices, seeing ghostly figures, and even feeling cold drafts in certain parts of the building. One of the more eerie stories surrounding the Bell Inn is the tale of a young woman who died here in a tragic accident. Visitors have reported seeing her ghostly figure wandering the halls or standing by the window, gazing out over the town. If you're ever in the area, don't be surprised if you find yourself encountering more than just a good meal. 4. The Old Montreal. Montreal, Quebec. Next up, we're heading to Montreal, Quebec, where we find the historic district of Old Montreal. This area is rich in history, with buildings dating back to the 17th century. The cobblestone streets, narrow alleys, and centuries-old buildings are perfect for a haunted exploration. One of the most haunted spots in Old Montreal is the Notre-Dame de Bon Secours Chapel, which is home to the ghost of Marguerite de Youville, a French-Canadian woman who founded the Grey Nuns Order. People report seeing her figure walking through the chapel, and some have claimed to hear her voice during quiet moments of reflection. Old Montreal itself has numerous other haunted locations, including old taverns, hotels, and even graveyards where restless spirits still linger. 3. The Fort Henry National Historic Site, Kingston, Ontario. In Kingston, Ontario, Fort Henry is one of the oldest and most haunted military forts in Canada. Built in the 19th century, it has been the site of countless battles and military activity, and it's said that the spirits of soldiers who once lived and died here still roam the grounds. Visitors have reported hearing the sounds of marching feet, unexplained whispers, and even the voices of soldiers talking in the distance. Some have claimed to see figures in uniform walking the fort's walls or standing near the old cannon emplacements. If you're a history lover with a penchant for the paranormal, a visit to Fort Henry might be right up your alley. 2. The Beechwood Cemetery, Ottawa, Ontario. Beechwood Cemetery. In Ottawa is not just a peaceful resting place, it's also one of the most haunted spots in the country. With over 150 years of history, it's not surprising that this cemetery is home to many ghost stories. People have reported hearing footsteps on the old pathways, seeing shadowy figures, and experiencing cold spots in the air. There are also numerous stories of spirits who seem to follow visitors or appear in photographs. One of the more famous hauntings is of a woman in white, who has been seen walking through the cemetery near dusk. If you're in Ottawa and want a spine-tingling experience, Beechwood Cemetery is definitely worth a visit. 1. The Old Provincial Lunatic Asylum, Toronto, Ontario. And finally, the most haunted location in Canada, according to many paranormal enthusiasts, is the Old Provincial Lunatic Asylum in Toronto. Now abandoned, this former mental institution is known for its horrific history and the suffering of its patients. Over the years, there have been countless reports of paranormal activity, including the sounds of ghostly voices, the feeling of being watched, and strange cold spots. Many believe the spirits of the patients still haunt the asylum's halls, and some people have claimed to see figures in the windows or hear footsteps echoing through the empty rooms. Though the asylum has been closed for years, it remains a hotspot for those seeking the thrill of experiencing a truly haunted place. And that's a wrap on our journey through some of the most haunted places in Canada. Whether you're into ghost stories or just fascinated by the paranormal, these spots are sure to give you some chills. Some might be a bit too eerie for some, but if you're a fan of the supernatural, they're definitely worth checking out. If you enjoyed this spooky tour, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling adventures. Have you experienced anything paranormal? Share your ghost stories with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you walk through these haunted places, you might not be alone.